So we finished the basement tour, which is both basically servant quarters and all the broiler room stuff, which we actually didn't get in there, but it's the swimming pool and the bowling alley and all the kitchen area, the food prep area, all of that stuff, the canning, the refrigeration area, just all cutting edge technology back then at that time. They had electricity that was somehow gotten locally, but it was all DC. The best light bulb they had was the Edison light bulb. And they also had the electricity hooked up to the clocks. They had a central system because they didn't necessarily think that everyone could afford a timepiece, and they wanted punctuality for food service. So they had these clocks all hooked up, and there was one main clock somewhere that was mechanical, and then every time the minute hand moves, electrical signals sent to the whole house, and then all the other minute hands move for the electrical clocks. So everybody didn't have an excuse for being late. Another cool thing I found out was that there was generations of servants in the house. They paid really high wages, like New York wages is what they said. And so it was a very good standard of living. They had their own rooms. The servants had their own rooms, which is, according to the tour guide, said that the people that would be servants would probably the first time in their life have their own room, because they grew up with many siblings and they had to share the room. So this was actually a huge draw for potential financial improvement of someone's life and station. And there was generations, three generations of servants who would provide the same service. And there were some people who would roll out of bed and just go down the hall and just start working. Some of them would just wash dishes all day long. The cooks would have to stay in there. There was only one distinction between the cooks, and that was the head chef, who actually would eat the food that was prepared for the guests. And he would eat somewhere else, or she would eat somewhere else. But the other servants would eat a hearty, quote-unquote, hearty meal, which included beef and ham and whatever else. And behind me, you can see the stables that have been converted into restaurants and little cubby holes and toys and chocolate sales and stuff like that. A little hot dog place over here. And inside has the cafe. We just finished lunch. Delicious. A little pricey, but you expect that. And the stables were exquisite as well. The details, they didn't ignore details even in the stables, even downstairs, the servant quarters. Just amazing. So the stables even had all the stuff in the ceiling that was detailed, hand detailed. Just amazing. So the swimming pool was pretty cool. They would fill it every time they wanted to use it from mountain streams, and then use the boiler's steam to heat the pool. They would swim and then drain the pool because they didn't use chemicals. And who knows what would grow in it after a day of heated water in the basement. It currently has a leak, apparently, because they tried to fill it up and it leaked overnight down into the sub-basement. You're not allowed to take pictures inside. I wish I could take pictures because there's so much I want to... It's too overwhelming. There's too much to take in here. The walls, even the bricks, or I say the bricks, the stonework, have been chiseled by hand. Everything's by hand. Everything's sewn, cut, needled, whatever. They have little grooves in them. And the reason they have grooves in the limestone is because if they kept it flat, it would be like too shiny if the sun was shining. So all of these little tiny grooves were hand cut on every single block. And it's just amazing. Just beautiful, ornate. I mean, you can see the style here. And they took us through the laundry room. They actually don't do clothing there. They didn't wash their clothes. They were too fine. They were made of silk and other stuff. So they had a lot of undergarments that they would, I guess, wash. And they didn't want the linens to be dried outside, so they had it all downstairs. And they had all the sheets, and they had air movers and things like that. And it was basically the linens for the tables and the bed sheets that would be replaced on a regular basis. That was the laundry. So I'm about to take the architectural tour, which hopefully will get me some even more cool stuff. I'm definitely overwhelmed. I'm not going to remember half this stuff, but I want to. That's why they don't let you take pictures and, I guess, shoot little movies, because they want you to come back and learn more next time. So it's very inexpensive to get a year-round ticket, I guess. You can upgrade your ticket that you buy, which I bought, to a full membership for like an extra $50, which would give you, I think, free passes all year round. So I think it's a great deal. Amazing piece of history that I'm living in the wake of, and just all top notch when it was built. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So on to the architectural tour. Starts at 1:30. So signing off.